and see all the visuals. And I'm welcome to the New Cosmic Knowledge channel. I was just talking with my great Twitter audience. We have 115,000 followers on Twitter, almost 14,000 over here on YouTube. And I do invite you in the Twitter audience to come on over to the YouTube audience. Come on in. The water is fine. I'm not sure how I made 100,000 of you upset so that you won't come over to the YouTube side of the house. And I was just telling the folks on Twitter, of course I'm kidding, but why aren't you over here? I was telling the folks on Twitter that I feel a real palpable sense of excitement because we're going to do a dream burning ritual. And we're going to talk about personal power. And I really feel some power surging here. I'm going to get right in your face from the word go. You watched the dream show earlier, and if you have, I have one question for you. Have you burnt your dream journal? And if you haven't, you might want to ask yourself why you haven't burned your dream journal. Did you misunderstand what I meant by ASAP? As soon as possible? Did you misunderstand that? Oh, I haven't had time. How long does it take to strike a match and touch it to a page? Now, some of you have journals that you're going to have to throw into a fireplace and let them burn. I don't have a lot of bad pages, but I pulled a few out. And I'm going to light them. I encourage you, if you have a lot of bad pages, and you have to burn like a whole journal, if you want to, grab a couple pages and tear them out and join me in this burning ritual. And I didn't say, and I'm gonna step on somebody's toes, and I'm sorry, but I think that he will let me, and he won't be upset. But I didn't say tear them up in little bitty pieces. I didn't say pour unicorn dust on them. I didn't say stomp them underfoot and spit on them. I said burn them. And I said burn them as soon as possible. There's a reason why I say things. Well, if it's digital, you're going to have a hard time burning it. But I would at least, if you have a Mac, shred it. Put it into your, if you don't have a Mac, put it into your, I don't have a lighter. Light them with the stove. It's important. Light a piece, twist up a piece of paper, light it on the stove, and then put it onto the paper of the dream journals. I think you know me well enough to know that I say things for reasons. And a lot of times the reasons that I'm giving you are revelation knowledge. So you can either do it or you cannot do it, but ask yourself why you didn't do it, or ask yourself why you did it in a different way. Because sometimes, even though we don't like these things, sometimes even though we don't enjoy these things, we have attachments to these things. But Jeff, I hate those things that I'm thinking about and seeing and dreaming about. Well, then why haven't you burned them? Maybe you have attachments to them. I told you I was going to get right up in your face here at the beginning, because it's one thing to say, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get ready. I'm going to burn this stuff. And then it's, how long ago did I put on that show? I put that show on. Let me look. Let me look how long ago I put that show on. I put that show on. Let me go into my creator studio. I put that show on at, let me go into my video manager. I put that show on at 9:35 a.m. this morning. Are you really going to tell me, oh, I haven't had time to burn those pages? Anyway, and someone very smart named Sandra D'Angelo told me about a law of manifestation. And that means that you have to get rid of bad stuff or stuff you don't want if you want to make room for stuff that you do want. And the longer that you let those pages lie around, the longer that you'll have to deal with and live with and have those things in your life. And the longer that you want to have things in your life that don't serve you, you create less. Hello, Mary, in Thailand. You have less room for things that will serve you. So feel free to not burn them. Feel free to tear them up in little bitty pieces of paper. Feel free to do a Native American sun dance on them. Feel free to speak Sumerian, Anunnaki curses on them. But when you really mean business, you'll burn them. And until you do, you will deal with the consequences. And I can lead you to water. I can't make you drink. I can bring you to objective truth, but I can't make you think. What doesn't serve you? Exactly, Topper Harley. I couldn't have said it better myself. In fact, I think I'll say it. Haven't had time to burn him yet? Get that con out of my face. Oh, I just haven't burned. Get that con out of my face. I tore. Get that con out of my face. You want to be free? Do it. If you don't. So here we go. I'm going to burn mine. And some of these are not really good. I didn't have many things, bad things, but the things that the broken dreams that I manifested on paper, they have been externalized. They are no longer mine. I no longer want them. And I am going to completely and utterly destroy them back to their base elements, removing their malevolence, and let them go back into the energetic signature, cleansed and purified, and without the problem. Device, if you don't like it, go watch who's getting voted off the island, or go watch the singing contest, or go watch the Looney Tunes. You've made your opinion known. I respect it, but that's it. With my moderators, please invite, device, compel not to make any more statements. We understand what they believe, and here we go. I'm serious about this. So, here we go. Here we go. Dream burning ritual. Finger burning ritual. These things that no longer serve me are being taken away. These things that no longer serve me are being returned to the elements, purged by the fire. These things that no longer serve me are no longer a part of my life. They're no longer a part of my psyche. They are no longer bondages to me. They are no longer hurting me. They are no longer hindering me. And I am not attached to them any longer. The real Jeff is back. Oh, I tell you what. I'm divine, I'm sovereign, I'm free. And this stuff is not going to come back to be a part of me. Like cutting off the hair after leaving a bad situation. Roni B, great idea. Look at that. That's taking care of business. That's taking care of business, ladies and gentlemen. That's taking care of business. All right. Now that the real Jeff is back, we can go into personal power. I'm divine, I'm sovereign, I'm free. There is no room in my life for anything that does not serve me. I'm divine, I'm sovereign, I'm free. There is no room in my life for anything that does not serve thee. I'm divine, I'm sovereign, I'm free. The fire burns within, purifying, and it burns without and around in protection. Burn it up or don't, but you will deal with the consequences, and I told you. All right, is that real Jeff enough for you? That's all it takes is a little book of matches. These are the same blue glasses I've had for like 5 years, John, absolutely. All right, let's talk about personal power. Let's talk about, April says, thank you, it would have sat for a while. Well, Jeff, why are you being such a jerk? Because I don't want April to sit around with that garbage in her life. When it's written down on paper, it's a sigil. It contains power. It contains manifestation. It's hindering April. That's why I'm pushing you and being a jerk. And if I have to be a jerk to get you to do something, that's fine by me. In fact, it comes naturally. And truth be told, I sort of enjoy it. Besides, I needed to release a little frustration. Evil is afraid of our firelight, Roni B. I like you. Okay, let's talk about personal power. Let's talk about personal power. I ordered a series of 12 booklets called Personal Power. And that's the picture that you saw on the show page for this. And let me just show it to you again because I want you to see it and because I forgot his name. Sorry about that. William Walker Atkinson, Personal Power. And I'm asking you, are you ready? Let's get ready to rumble. Are you ready? If you are, let's go. If you're not, stay up on the porch with the little dogs. And when you get ready to be a big dog, we'll be out here running in the high grass. Man, I'm feeling it tonight. I'm feeling it tonight. It's not the kindler and gentler Jeff. Boom. Oh, Roni B again. I didn't see that, Roni. What a great statement she said. I think it's a she. If you're not a she, I'm sorry, but the picture looks like a she to me. Spelling. You wrote it out. You spelled it, didn't you? What was it? It was a spell. You ready to break the spell or not? It's up to you. Personal power. Let's take a look. What about memories that are written down, Jeff? Do they serve you? Are they facilitating your great basic purpose and your intention for your life? Deborah L. Smith, you know the answer to that question. I think you're just helping me think. Or helping people in the chat room think. So I'm going to go ahead and go into this presentation. And it's not quite Wayne Steiger style, but I got the books and I just want to share them with you very organically. And I'm not going to read all of them, but I did highlight some great parts of them. And these are books that were written way, way, way back 100 years ago. And I like reading things that were written 100 years ago because 100 years ago, nobody was trying to get a show on Gaia. 100 years ago, no one was trying to get on Coast to Coast AM, says the guy that's been on Coast to Coast AM 7 times. Okay, you got me. Nobody was trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. Nobody was trying to speak at the Conscious Life Expo. They were just telling it the way they thought it was. Yeah, they were probably trying to sell a few books, but all I'm saying is it was different. The intention was purer. The desire was purer. And these guys were pioneers. Nobody was writing about this stuff 100 years ago. It was these guys. It was this gentleman. It was not W. Clement Stone, but Napoleon Hill. It was Norman Vincent Peale. And I don't agree with everything all these guys wrote. It was L. Ron Hubbard. It was a few other dudes. The one's name that you all know that I can't ever think of. But anyway, they were on the pioneering paradigm of the personal growth movement. And personal power, as defined by this author, is very simply the ability or strength possessed by the human individual by which he may accomplish desired results in an efficient manner along the lines of physical, mental, and spiritual effort and endeavor. And of course, 100 years ago, they wrote very masculine. We're including the ladies as well. It's the ability or strength possessed by the human individual. That covers male, female, LGBT, and Q. That you may accomplish desired results in a very efficient and effective manner. And remember, I'm talking about optimization across all areas in your physical, in your mental, and in your spiritual. But guess what? It takes effort and endeavor. Endeavor is getting up off the couch and doing something. Endeavor is burning your dream ritual like we were revealed we should do it, not tearing it in pieces, not doing a rain dance on it. Okay, I'll get off that. We do things in ritual that work because they work. And I didn't freeze. The author says you've been attracted to this book. And this book has been attracted to you. And I say you've been attracted to this channel. And this channel's been attracted to you. And this synergistic thing is going on. You feel it, I feel it, we feel it, and we're just kind of drawn together from across the globe, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, North Africa, Northern Europe, Southern Europe, Eastern Europe, Western Europe, the islands at sea, Caribbean, South America, Central America, North America. One of the proudest moments of my life is when I look at my analytics on YouTube, and they don't like you to show them, or so I'd show you. And I've got 50-50 men and women, and I've got more countries than you can shake a stick at. Makes me feel good. But you've been attracted to this channel. This channel's been attracted to you through ever operative, though little known, laws of life and being. I love the old words. I do so love the old names. Constantine, see it. In fact, you've long awaited the coming of this book and this channel, and you're now ready to absorb its teachings. Your own has come to you after your period of watching and waiting, and you'll recognize it as your own by reason of a certain intuitive perception which comes to those that are ready to receive which it contains. You've demanded this book, here it is, or you haven't. Nothing great happens to you. Nothing great happens through you until something happens in you. This is the in you part. And know this, ladies and gentlemen, and this is a disclaimer, both from the author and the ranting former long-haired Pentecostal evangelist that sits here before you. That's a nice looking picture over my left shoulder, isn't it? The truths that are presented both in this book and on this channel will work a marked change in you, but I warn you, these truths will work in you even though you don't fully realize it. You'll never be exactly the same after hearing these truths. You'll never be exactly the same after watching this channel. It leaves an indelible impress or mark upon you, ladies and gentlemen. Just one look, that's all it took, is the way the songwriter put it. And if people know that you're watching the New Cosmic Knowledge channel, they're going to think you're crazy. So you might as well get in it and waller in it and roll yourself around in it and move your butt all around in it. You might as well get in it because they're going to think you're in it anyway. And if you do get in it, you might get something out of it. But dabbling around the edges, throwing darts at me, thinking I care. Hell, I ain't much of a cowboy if I can't take a few arrows. So shoot away. Shoot away. I'm your Huckleberry. That's just my game. Now, some of you will come in, and I get these messages all the time, and I love this guy because he thinks just like me. He's a brilliant man. You may think that you can put it aside for a little while. You don't have any further interest in its teachings. But you're going to find that certain memories of the statements that you heard this crazy dude say will blow up in your mind as you lay down at night. The echoes of some of my words will ring in the ears of your mind. In the immortal words of the great writer Whitman, my words and the words of this great author will itch in your ears until you understand them. I'm warning you. If you choose to listen, don't blame me if it gets in your spirit and you can't get it out. Because frankly, I'm here in the get in your kitchen business. And cousin, business is a booming. The basic truths, the suggestions will stick in your mind like a sand spur in the fleece of a sheep. Or if you live in Florida, like a sand spur in the bottom of your bare foot on a summer afternoon. And I'm warning you fair and square, you can't anymore escape from the influence of the truths presented in these pages and over this channel than you can run away from your own shadow. It becomes part of you. Ask the people that send me messages every day. I hated you. Some of you on Twitter hated me, cussed me. I've had people say made voodoo dolls of me, tried to kill me, tried to poison me. And now they're back listening because they found something that set them free. People on YouTube making channels against me, making up lies about me, trying to go to my friends behind my back. Unfortunately, one of the surest signs of success on YouTube is that your success is directly proportionate to the number of knives you have sticking out of your back. It's just the way it is. If you ain't a cowboy, this ain't a place for you, or a cowgirl. You can no more escape from the influence of these truths and just listen, even if you're listening because you don't like me. I'm going to get you sooner or later, maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, maybe not next month, maybe not next year, but I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Because that's just my game. You can no more escape the influence of these truths then you can run away from your own shadow at every turn and crossroads of the path of experience. You're going to find yourself unconsciously applying the principles that you hear here, employing some of the methods taught in it. You're warned that this is the case. If you're not willing to experience such results, now's the time to put away the book. Now's the time to turn off the channel. Oh, I forgot you were there. You may go now. Now that we've dispensed with that, let's move on to let's move on to this. I'm not asking you to believe everything I tell you. In fact, I'm asking you to question everything I tell you. But I will ask you this, just like with the burning the diary pages. All I ask you to do is accept temporarily for the sake of discussion. Was it Einstein or Plato, probably both, that said, the true mark of intelligence is the ability to be able to entertain an opinion without embracing it. So I can try on your shorts, weird analogy. I can try on your hat, better analogy, see how it fits without buying it. Accept tentatively as a working hypothesis the general principles announced in this book that we're studying, announced on this channel. Reserve for yourself the right to accept them or to reject them after you've actually tried them. And if you've tried them and they don't work, don't accept them. But when you apply the fundamental principles of personal power, when you apply the fundamental principles of new cosmic knowledge, you will be able to manifest and demonstrate in your everyday life and work by means of the methods within this book and on this channel, or by similar methodologies that you devise by yourself by learning these basic principles. I'm not saying you have to be reasonable and do it my way. I'm suggesting that might be the easiest and most direct path. But I'm suggesting that if I lay down some good principles for you, and you don't like to do it exactly the way I do after you've tried to do it the way I do, because I tell you to do it for certain reasons, especially when they apply to ritual and magical workings, you can, based upon these principles, once you know how to use them, you can personalize it. You're at liberty to adapt, modify, to suit your own individual requirements. But when I tell you to burn the pages, burn the pages. Don't do those other things, at least the first time. I'm trying to get you free. And some of you are still fighting with me. Aye. That's because that's why you're here. I understand. And you don't have to be a genius to get this. If you're of average intelligence and you have the ethic to apply yourself to the task, you can do it. And I have a challenge for you, and this author has a challenge for you. Test the truth of this channel. Test the truth of this book. Set a trial date. Make an experiment. Burn the damn pages and see what happens. But do it with an earnest, serious spirit and pursue it with diligence, persistence, and insistence. I do want you to guide your own spirit. I do want you to master your own ascension. I do want you to be your own guru. I'm just going to suggest to you some paths that nothing like getting the notification half hour into the show. That's always fun. Let's go to the chat room and see if there's anybody left. Oh, my. That was almost a half an hour. Let me go through. Joyce joined Sandra's page today. That's great. Her daughter watched it, loves it. That's another thing. How many times do I have to ask you to subscribe to Sandra D'Angelo's channel? I am totally kidding now. But there's some great, I've now listened to every video on that channel I can listen to for personal reasons pertaining to our intimate relationship. She's my sweetheart. I choose not to watch some of them that are from days gone by. But everyone I've watched has been top-notch, transformational. And I'm now in day 2 of personal meditation instruction from Sandra. And I recommend that you hire her to do it for you, because in 2 days, I've learned more than I learned on my own in 2 months. I'm just saying. And I don't even think she offers that yet, but if you ask her, she will. See, I would never push or shove Sandra, but I'm not above giving her a gentle little nudge every now and then. It's the love nudge. The love nudge. That's what I've been doing with you guys with burning the pages. That's not pushing. That's not shoving. That's just the love nudge. Just a little nudge, not a push or a shove, a little nudge, just a nudge, the love nudge. That's all I'm doing, giving you a little love nudge. Don't have a dream journal. Good. Don't start one. Watch the dream show. Redeem your dreams. It was right before this one, 9:30 this morning. If it's digital, erase it. Put it in the garbage can, recycle bin, whatever you got in your computer, and delete it. I haven't burned them, but crumble them. Got to get a lighter. You had since 9:30 this morning to get a lighter. Anyway, I agree with the Mac. I've been thinking about my dreams all day. Good. Redeem yourself from those things. Haven't burned them yet. Get that corn out of my face. I'm ready when you are. Thank you, love. April's letting go. Good. Disperse, be gone. Perfect. Spelling, memories that are written down, get rid of them, let them go in a bottle, throw them into the sea. I say burn them, Edwin, but that's just me recommending to you. The chats are little wrenches by the name shows you're a moderator. Sometimes mechanic, but yeah, moderator. I'm not trying to get Magenta Pixie on here. She's already agreed to come on. We're just working out a time with her. Can you imagine the artist formerly known as the CWB, wink, wink, having Magenta Pixie on the channel? But when I heard her say that, when I heard her issue her call for unity between the woo-woo people and the truthers, it just rang so true to me. It was a clarion call for unity, and I felt that it was of the Spirit. And we're as different can be. And it's going to be interesting. Bruce Lee, absolutely. Jeff, you, like I, am tapped into the ether and on point. Keep it up, brother. Mr. Alphaster, I agree with you. I'll keep my cursing to a minimum. That's good. I broke the contract with my entire bloodline, went into a panic attack, terrible anxiety for a week. Sorry, you probably could have done that better, but you did it. Don't dose out the fire. Your life won't be the same. Take all your desires. Just step up your game. Thank you, sir. A little dab won't do you. Yeah, everybody wants a dibbly-dabbly, little dibble-dabble. The hell with that. Burn the pages! Anyway. Yeah, unfortunately for them, I am protected. So go ahead. Do what you got to do. It ain't going to happen. My children are upset they missed the fire. Because they understand, man. So glad you got a better microphone. Thank you. Had to miss a few months. The old one was terrible, John. And my stepfather, Joe, bless him, told me, listen, bro, it doesn't matter how good your video is. Doesn't matter how good your content is. The number one reason why people listen to shows is because the sound's good. And I know you want to argue with me, but that's the number one reason that professionals say people listen is quality sound. So that's why I spent the money for this thing. I still take lessons from the teacher as my basis for spiritual practice. I've always heard journaling is good, even therapeutic. Beth, watch the earlier show. All right. 32 minutes. Let's go back for a little bit more from our author. And this is pretty organic because I didn't read past this part. So we're going to learn together here. I love this already. The active agent in all of your conscious experience is, of course, you yourself. It's not me. It's not Sandra D. It's YOU. The center of the conscious experience is that you are the element of your being. You are your own I am. You see the pictures of Sandra and I this weekend wearing the shirts. And I didn't realize it was a formula. I am divine. I realize that. I am sovereign. I realize that. Now I can be free. I'm divine. I realized. So now I can assert my sovereignty, which gives me freedom. And also, I didn't notice the I am. I am. Remember we did the study just a few days ago about I am? I am what I am, and that's all that I am. Remember that? I am what I will be. It's almost like I am making me be what I'm going to be by being what I'm going to be. I am divine. I am sovereign. I am free. I am I. I am I yourself. You are the existence. You can be absolutely certain of you. And you can know you. And every time you say, I am divine, I am sovereign, I am free, I know you guys think I did it just to sell shirts. But every time you put one of those on, every time you look at one of those, I'm divine, I'm sovereign, I'm free. I'm divine. I'm sovereign. I'm free. Well, under the circumstances, if you're divine and you're sovereign and you're free, you're not under the circumstances. You're over the circumstances. Well, what happens if I go under? If you're divine and you're sovereign, you're free, you're not going under, you're going over. Some of you Christians, well, I just want to get to heaven. I just want some pie in the sky and a sweet by and by after I die. Well, that's a lie. But what we got for you right here is something that you can use while you're still around, down here on the ground. How's that sound? Nobody, once you know you're divine, once you know you're sovereign, once you know you're free, nobody can convince you that you're not. Nobody can convince you that you are not present in your moment of consciousness. Nobody can convince you that you're not divine, that you're not sovereign, that you're not free. Once you get that bit, like a horse between your teeth. I've been on the back of a horse when they get it between their teeth. And brother, sister, they're gone. And I guarantee you, you ain't slowing them down until they get tired. Isn't it about time you got the bit between your teeth? Even if you got a saddle and there's somebody on it. Even if you got a bridle and a bit in your mouth. Even if you feel like you're a beast of burden. I'm talking to somebody right now. Just keep walking. Just keep putting one hoof in front of the other. Just keep walking. And sooner or later, if you just keep walking, that person that's in your saddle, that person that's got the bridle, holding that bridle that's in your mouth, they're gonna slip up for a moment. Those reins are gonna go slack, and when those reins go slack, grab that bit. Grab that bit between your teeth. Grab that bit between your teeth and run. Snort. Run. And don't stop until they fall off. Because they will. So even if you're in bondage, keep putting one hoof in front of the other. Wait for the slack and the reins. Take the bit and go. Even the most acute metaphysical or philosophical arguments will fail to shake your belief in your own existence and your own presence of being. You're always able to declare in the face of all arguments, I am I, says the author. I am divine. I am sovereign. I am free. You may sometimes doubt if you've lost your mind. Are you crazy? But you can never doubt the consciousness of your own beingness. You can stand on the solid rock of certainty and say, I am I. I'm divine. I'm sovereign. I'm free. I don't know. I don't care where I was yesterday. I don't know where I'll be tomorrow, but today I am divine. I am sovereign. I am free, sitting in this spiffy red and black chair. And that's all I know. That's one of the things that Sandra teaches me in meditation. You're sitting on your pillow, and here comes a thought. I got too much month at the end of the money. Okay, there's that thought out here. I'm sitting here on the mat. Let it go on by. I'm sitting here on the mat. I'm too fat comes up. There's that I'm too fat over there, but here I am sitting on the pillow. Let it go on by. I'm divine. I'm sovereign. I'm free. And all this stuff in my head is noise. And the meditation practice that Sandra teaches you to do allows yourself to realize just that. Now, some of you think that the author and me, and I feel like I wrote this book, that we're making much ado about nothing. We're just talking. Try it. Try it. See what happens. Get in touch with your master self. Folks, this is not rocket science. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room to figure this out. I'm divine. I'm sovereign. I'm free. Right here in this moment, I am not my circumstances. I am divine. I'm sovereign. I'm free. I'm not broke. I'm divine. I'm sovereign. I'm free. I'm not sick. I'm divine. I'm sovereign. I'm free. I'm not alone. I'm divine. I'm sovereign. I'm free. I'm not anything other than divine and sovereign and free. And Warrior Princess knows what we're talking about. She lives it. It's easy for me to yak about it. Warrior Princess lives it. That's one of the things I say to Sandra all the time. Yeah, I talk a good game. I know a lot of stuff. I do a lot of this. But Sandra has actually lived it, transformed her life. So that's one of the reasons I'm drawn to her. I like people that have been there and done that and aren't just all this right here. Boy, those are some good-looking MYSTECH bracelets, aren't they? Go to jeffreydarty.com. If you want some, they will change your life. They changed mine. And he breaks off a little bit of it for me so I can continue to go to places like on June 9th, I'm going to jail. That's right. I'm going to jail. And I know everything you say can and will be used against you, but I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail with Rex Bear at the Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary overnight for a great investigation of that storied institution. And I will be alone there. Sandra will not be coming. I don't want to expose her to that. So it'll be me and Rex, loaded up with Grandma's cookies and all those blinky light things that he has, and me with the good old copper rods, seeing what's going on in the old Tennessee Penitentiary. That was a good show. That was a powerful show. And just so you know, you see that in Dream Journal 2018? I practice what I preach. I'm not just up here flapping my gums to you. I said don't do it anymore. And of course, there's not a black pen when I want one. Remember trying to write with the flashlight? What's wrong with this thing? Oh, it's not a pen. Ah, look at that. That'll do the trick. I told you, don't keep the dream journals anymore. Don't keep them anymore. Don't keep them anymore. Don't keep them anymore. They're not serving you. It's doing worse. If you want to start keeping dream journals again, contact me for LifeTrack analysis and repair. Until then, do that. You noticed I got rid of it. It's all blank. Maybe I'll draw cartoons in it, something useful. That's all I got. That's all I got. But that's a lot. Divine, sovereign, free. It's more than a slogan on a t-shirt. It's a way of doing business. It's a way of life. I mean it when I say guide your own spirit. I mean it when I say master your own ascension. I mean it when I say be your own guru. Oh, I did, Michelle. Disco Inferno. I mean it when I say keep asking questions. Keep questioning answers. The Hue topper. If you can't get one of the 432 MYSTECHs, you can do this. Hue. Hue. There you go. That will cause every unbalanced spirit, no matter what people say, to either phase back into balance or leave you alone. Or you can get one of these bracelets and you don't have to make funny noises. Love you people. I really do. You honor me by being here. And I hope that I honor you by bringing you some information that's worthy of your time. Subscribe to Sandra D. Angelo, because if it's May 27th and we haven't hit 1,000 yet, we're going to come at you with a Jerry Lewis telethon. Hey, Ray in Memphis. R. Wayne Steiger back home healthy, or on the mend at least. Subscribe to his channel. And, of course, the granddaddy of them all, Rex Bear League Project. Heidi Vandenberg, Channel 27. Sandra and I will be her guest on Thursday. Wednesday, Sandra and I, Serpent Dove. Thursday, the consequential Rapscallions, right after Heidi Vandenberg and Sandra D'Angelo and myself. Great things coming. Check out The Dream. Edwin comes in. Wow, what happened? Check out the Redeem Your Dream video. I love you all. Namaste to all of you. Ask questions, question answers. Remember, you are divine. You are sovereign. You are free. I salute you. But only you can unindoctrinate yourself.